Tonight, 6 foot, 165-pound Alex Rios. He says the 19 months off was good for him. Had 3 months of training for this fight. Rios is 23-4-1 with 18 knockouts in his last 5. You see right there. Big gaps of inactivity. He was very busy before this in the early 90s when he ran his record of 15-0 before a title shot against Raul Marquez. Teddy Atlas on what to expect from the southpaw Alex Rios.
Well, for Rios, he's going to pull off an upset. It'll be quite an upset. Look for him to eat some uppercuts. He's very susceptible to this punch because he's right in front of you and he leans forward a little. Expect this punch to land. And number two, legs a little too wide. He's got a habit of spreading his feet way out, and by doing this, he traps himself in front of you, takes away his mobility, loses his balance. You can go to work on him, and then he becomes an easy target. Watch for that, and finally, watch for him to try to get close. He knows he has no chance at a distance. We talked about the jab of Taylor. With the long jab of Taylor's, no chance. So look for Rios to try and get inside where he can land something to the body and then to the head.
And here he is, the pride of Little Rock, Arkansas, the 6'1", 164-pound Jermain Taylor, a naturally gifted athlete. 25 years old, a perfect 18-0 with 13 shorts. His last 5 has gone according to plan, and this year should look much like the past year. In fact, his next fight's already scheduled. It's March 27th against Daryl Coley. Teddy, what should we be looking for from Jermain Taylor?
What I think you're probably going to see, and our great fans out there are going to see, faster hands by Taylor. Taylor's quick, and Rios, although game, he's slow. Taylor will beat him to the draw. And number two, long jabs, and you got to throw them. Taylor looks like an English boxer to me sometimes. Very traditional and proper. Stands straight up at a distance and uses that stick. The long jab to control distance and range. And finally, a knockout. Each time Rios has stepped up in class, he's been stopped. Taylor got 12 rounds in 2 fights ago. Now look for him to excite the audience by going for the knockout.
Scheduled for 10 rounds, Dick Flaherty's the referee.
The dressing room is going to be 10 rounds. Let's have a good, clean, pro fight, okay? Touch them up, guys. Come out boxing at the belt.
So Jermain Taylor looking to take the next step on his road to the middleweight crown. Teddy, so much of Jermain Taylor's future is linked to the current middleweight champion of the world, Bernard Hopkins. Do you think it adds almost too much pressure for a prospect like Taylor to constantly be focusing on the career course of a future Hall of Famer like Bernard Hopkins?
I don't think he should be, and I don't think he is. I think he's smarter than that. I think he's just taking it one step at a time. He knows his people are not going to rush him. I think that would be a rush right now. I think he's not going to get the test tonight. At least I don't believe so. Of course, I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times. But I think that he needs to get a test before he goes in there with Hopkins or anybody for the middleweight title. The top guy, the toughest guy you could pick right now is Hopkins. But that's a lot of experience, a lot of seasoning, a lot of smarts in front of him. I think Taylor is going to have to be tested a little bit in deeper waters. So when he gets in that kind of fight, he won't feel funny. And there's no test tonight, like I said. No test tonight. He's going to have to get into deeper waters some other time. It is over. Setting up with a jab, and then bang.
Unbelievable. Jermain Taylor, among his previous 13 knockouts, only 1 was in the first round. And I'll tell you, Alex Rios does not look good right now, Teddy. We're going to monitor this situation.
Rios was just standing in front. We talked about how he stands right in front of you. He's not mobile. He doesn't have a lot of options. Stands right in front. And Taylor came out painting with that jab. Just painting. Just kind of using like Igor Johansson used it against Floyd Patterson the first time years ago for the heavyweight title, where he was using it to hypnotize him, make him feel comfortable, set him up a little bit, and then all of a sudden, bang, drop something. And Rios, being a guy that stands right in front of you, well, unfortunately for him, he was right there when that something got dropped.
Now keep your head down.
Get a look there at the eyes of Alex Rios, and now they're moving him from underneath the neutral corner there. There's a really good sign as he is able to get to a seated position. They'll try next to get him on that stool, and having worked many fights here at Mohegan Sun, the Michael Schwartz and Joe Carpentieri and Kevin McGuire fine ringside physicians, and they were in there right away to address the concerns with Alex Rios. But just a very impressive opening round and opening minute of this fight, landing 10 of 12 total punches, 7 of 7 on power shots, and Jermain Taylor closing out the show tonight.